Welcome everyone to Oviedo, and welcome to 24 years later, football's version of a Back from the Dead movie starring Real Oviedo, who are back under the bright lights of La Liga, having lived in the wastelands of lower league football for nearly a quarter of a century, and who are on the verge of ceasing to exist. And what a start for them. What a way to make an entrance at home against Real Madrid. Adrian Healy and Ali Moreno with you. We just saw the Real Madrid team, Ali, and certainly some surprises for the Merengues. Some eyebrows raised by Xabi Alonso's team selection. 4 changes from the team that played Osasuna last week.
Is it a surprise that Antonio Rudiger is playing? Well, probably not. Dani Carvajal may be a surprise because he's coming back from the ACL injury. But this is all about the absence of Vini. Vini Jr. is not playing today, not from the start. And just as surprisingly, it's not the fact that Vini is the one that is out, it's that Rodrigo, who hasn't played at all under Xabi Alonso, seems to be the one that gets an opportunity. Franco Mastantuono also gets a chance.
A lot of space here for Rodrigo. Found with an inch-perfect pass. Real Madrid starting in dynamic fashion, and well, fingertips from Aaron Escondel. The Oviedo keeper doing just enough there.
It's a deflection that takes the power away from the shot. To be honest, while he makes the save, I think Aaron Escondel could have done better in just hanging on to the ball. Perhaps he sees it late, perhaps the deflection is a problem. In the end, ends up being a corner kick opportunity.
The 3 last season went straight back down. Valladolid and Leganés. Espanyol survived. Here's Valverde from distance. Fede Valverde, 6 goals last year, and many from this sort of range. Valverde unable to get it back to him, and now Rondon does finally get his first touch. The big Venezuelan striker, what a great touch it was too. A chance here for a chip, and well, Leander Dendoncker just arrived in Oviedo, suddenly found himself in the clear here.
And he is in an onside position. He sees Thibaut Courtois off his line. He's thinking he's going to chip him. Now, if you're Oviedo, this is exactly what you need to do. You need to get the ball to Jose Salomon Rondon, allow him to hang on to the ball, hold up play, and then you need to get runners beyond him. He's been solid, he's been good, but he hasn't been spectacular.
Now a shot from distance again from Goulet. Now they go left again to Rodrigo. There's been a whole bunch of this sort of possession for Real Madrid in this first half.
And it's all very static ahead of the ball. This sort of combination is the one that has to be a whole lot quicker.
And Goulet heeding those words, finding Rodrigo, taking on his man. He flashed it across the face. Pinball, and Goulet taking over. That's somehow pure determination from the Oviedo defense, a collective effort to keep it out.
But it does start with 1 and 2 touch passing and moving from Real Madrid that then creates the isolation that we were talking about on the outside with Rodrigo and Nacho Vidal. He beats him to the outside, creates some danger, create chaos, and Oviedo does just enough defensively.
Now Rodrigo trying to keep the pressure firmly applied. The header is straight up into the air. Tchouaméni.
And the defender, they're able to make the save.
Spills the way of Elias Jaira, former Girona man, one of several new arrivals for Oviedo, as Mbappe gets it on the turn, and what a finish! Smooth as you like, what a turn, and in an instant he was in the clear, and the finish was deadly.
And Dunker on the challenge by Tchouaméni, regardless, not given by Ricardo Burgos Bengochea. Good ball from Goulet, and on the turn, Kylian Mbappe, that first touch, gets away from the initial pressure. The incoming defender coming from the other side cannot get there in time. Beautiful turn, takes the care of one defender, the other defender is too late. Far post finish, 1-0 Real Madrid, beautifully done by Kylian Mbappe.
Costantuono with a little invention. Carvajal with determination and a slide to match. Goulet coming back with the left foot. Tchouaméni with the space for the cross, and right across the face of goal it went, and almost a bit of panic at the back there.
Just talking about. This is a good ball from Tchouaméni into a dangerous area. Where is your center forward? He's hanging out of the top of the 18-yard box, Adrian. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Now people may say, well, he just scored a goal. Well, I'm saying that if he actually took better positions, he'd be scoring more than the goal that he scored in the first half. From Xabi Alonso, I'm asking. In fact, I'm demanding from Vini Jr. to be connected to Kylian Mbappe.
First corner of the night for the home team. What can they make of it? Not much as it transpired. Tried to work it short. Illich got caught in possession, and all of a sudden the breakout is on, and Oviedo are stretched here. Mbappe leading the charge, but plenty of help. Through the centre it goes for Valverde, who couldn't quite apply the finishing touch. For an agonising second it looked to be goal bound. That just dribbled the wrong side of the post. A yellow card handed out in the aftermath for that challenge.
The yellow cards on Illich, but this is what I don't understand from Oviedo. And somebody's just going to have to explain this to me at some point. You just mentioned first corner kick of the night. Swing the ball in. You play it short, you lose it in a bad area, you've committed number 4, and now you give an opportunity for Valverde on the counter, and Aron has to come up with a save in order to keep it 1-0. If you're Oviedo, swing the ball in. You've already committed your center backs forward.
Raheem. Time to measure his cross here. He does deliver. Saibo from the edge of the area. Well, it's a shot on target. It's a save that Courtois had to make, albeit a routine one.
Once you're able to get that overlapping run by Raheem on the left-hand side, now you had numbers. The delivery wasn't quite there.
There's Vini Jr. doing his first run at goal, but it peters out. Here's Valverde with a trademark driving run. Mbappe, as he fouled. Referee had a little look and then decided he was. And a booking, no less. Danny Calvo, the recipient. He's played in the top flight before, played with Elche back in the 2021 campaign.
Danny Calvo commits to the challenge once the ball pops up on Mbappe. Mbappe gets a touch on it. He'd already committed to the challenge. He's there late, clear foul. It's them in the attack. When he's on the field, their pressure is a whole lot better.
Mbappe with the corner, and the header may have been from Garcia. He was certainly in the vicinity, but right at Aaron Escandel. Mbappe and Vini. Close together again, Vini going down. And I think he's going to be booked for embellishment. Here's Raheem. Oviedo looking for an unlikely equaliser here. It's become more likely in the second half. And a good shooting opportunity here, but it's just wide. Sibo, the Ghanaian, had a lot of time to measure this up. He didn't quite get the measurement right.
So where are the tracking players for Real Madrid? Where are the trailing defenders out of midfield? When Tchouaméni and Valverde get split, and now Mbappe has to track back, or Vini has to track back, they're nowhere to be found. That's when you have a trailing midfielder coming in late like Sibo with all that time, top of the 18-yard box, hits it well, but off the post and out.
A warning shot across the bows of Real Madrid if they needed one. Well, Vini Jr. has stolen this away, and Mbappe can finish it, and does, and just like that, Real Madrid seem to have put the issue beyond doubt. Vini Jr. turning provider. Kind of silenced the crowd here, but Mbappe has done it again. And Real Madrid have the 2-goal cushion they've been craving.
And it's a similar sequence of play as the first goal. Oviedo trying to get forward, trying to get their lines advanced so that they can go and find an equalizing goal. They lose it in a bad area. Good pressure from Vini Jr. There I say, good pressure from Vini Jr. and good combination from Kylian Mbappe. It can happen. These two can play together. But it all starts from the initial effort of Vini Jr. anticipating where C was going to try to go with the ball, forces a turnover, and then runs at defenders, draws that attention to himself, gets his head up, finds Kylian Mbappe, and he finds the far post. Game, set, match. Real Madrid and Xabi Alonso. Real Madrid go on and score their second goal.
And now it's just a question of what exclamation points they can add. There's one. It's a fierce drive. Good save from Aaron Escondel. The frustration of the crowd. They wanted it earlier. Actually, it was Mbappe, wasn't it?
He catches it cleanly, hits it well.
Now, on to Jaria. This is Raheem. The shot is on! Oh, great save! Courtois tipping aside Hassan's.
Hassan has looked like a difference maker for Oviedo, and other than losing the ball that led to Real Madrid's second goal, has been active in a very tight space, able to generate. In La Liga are going to sit in against Real Madrid.
Well, here's Brahim. They're trying to end with an exclamation point. Vini Jr. has done it! Well, if he's trying to send a message to Xabi Alonso, an assist and now a goal, well, message sent, message received.
I believe the director agrees with me that Vini was talking to Xabi Alonso, or at least in the direction of Xabi Alonso after the assist to Kylian Mbappe. But this is what you love about Real Madrid once they get out in transition. They haven't had the possibility to do this in this match against Oviedo because Oviedo have been so well organized. But once they get going with speed, Brahim Diaz driving at defenders, Oviedo is fully committed forward. The ball by Brahim Diaz. Is he going from Trent Alexander-Arnold? It doesn't really matter. Trent allows that ball to get beyond him to Vini Jr. And then the quality of the finish from Vini Jr. cleanly taken to that far post. 3-0. Game, set, match. Real Madrid. Turn off the lights. Warm up the bus. It's time to go home.